When a commencement audience boos AI, it is tempting to treat it like a small culture war moment. Students being dramatic, graduates rejecting technology, a room angry at the future. But that is too simple. The booing matters because it happened in the place where the future is usually packaged as inspiration. Graduation is supposed to be the ceremony where the world opens up. So when AI gets mentioned and the room turns against it, the reaction is a signal. It says that for many graduates, AI does not only sound like innovation, it sounds like something arriving between them and the first job they were told their degree would help them get. From the stage, the AI message usually sounds optimistic. AI will unlock discoveries. AI will speed up research. AI will make people more productive. AI will solve problems that used to feel impossible. And in one sense, that optimism is understandable. AI is powerful, and it is already changing how people write, code, research, analyze, and build. But the problem is not just the technology. It is the audience. Graduates are not hearing that message from inside a boardroom or product launch. They are hearing it while they are about to leave school and compete for work. The job market many graduates are walking into feels different from the promise. Recent reporting keeps circling the same pressure points: tighter white-collar hiring, fewer obvious entry-level openings, more competition and higher expectations. That matters because entry-level work is not just a paycheck. It is the bridge from education to experience. It is where a graduate learns the field, builds judgment, makes mistakes, and becomes useful. If that bridge feels unstable, speeches about the future of work can start to sound less like encouragement and more like a warning. This is the first rung problem. Every career ladder needs a first rung. In white-collar work, that first rung is often junior analysis, basic writing, coordination, research, support, documentation, and the messy beginner work that teaches someone how professional judgment is built. AI pressure lands near that category because those are also the tasks companies want to automate, compress, or hand to smaller teams. The fear is not always that AI replaces an entire career overnight. The fear is that it removes the beginner work that lets a graduate become experienced in the first place. But this cannot be flattened into young people hate AI. Many students are already using AI. They use it to study, write, brainstorm, summarize, prepare, and compete. The contradiction is the point. They can use the tool and still be worried about what the tool means for the structure around them. The same graduate can see AI as useful on Monday and threatening on Tuesday, depending on whether they are using it as a tool or being measured against it as a worker. The counterpoint matters too. A tough labor market has more than one cause. Hiring cycles, economic uncertainty, sector slowdowns, policy changes, and employer caution can all shape what graduates experience. Some labor market analysis argues that AI should not be treated as the main explanation for recent graduate struggles. That nuance is important because the goal is not to blame one technology for everything. The goal is to understand why AI has become the symbol when a new technology is promoted as a breakthrough. At the same time, the first step of work feels narrower. That is why the emotion makes sense. Imagine spending years preparing for a field, taking on the cost of school, doing the internships, polishing the resume, and then graduating into a market where the message is, be excited. The machines are getting better at the work beginners used to do. Even if that is not the whole truth, it is an understandable fear. The booing is not a detailed economic argument. It is a human reaction to a promise gap. From a stage, AI can sound like progress. From an entry-level job search, it can sound like the first rung being pulled higher. That is why this reaction is worth taking seriously. It is not just a sound in one room. It is a signal from a generation trying to understand whether the future being celebrated still has room for them. The question underneath the booing is simple. Is there still a place for us in the future? you are asking us to celebrate.